Once upon a time, a witch loved stories galore, and greedy as she was, she wanted more and more. When she saw that the librarian had stories of all kinds, she said, "I'll capture you, all your stories will be mine." There took place a curious chase through meadow, tree, and flower, till at last they ended up right at the witch's tower. Now poor Marian, the librarian, a prisoner she'll stay, until the witch is happy and lets Marian go away.
Hi, I'm glad to see you. Did you come to help me get another story for Kerfumbly? Oh, good. You know, she said that this time she wanted a quiet story about the snow. So let's think about that. Would a story about a snow plow be quiet? Oh, no. A snow plow is loud, isn't it? Let me hear you make a sound like a snow plow. Yes, a snow plow is very noisy. Well, let's think. Would a story about a snow shovel be quiet? No, a snow shovel isn't quiet either, is it? Let me hear you make a noise like a snow shovel. A snow shovel is noisy, too. Well, let's see. What if you and your friends went outside to play in the snow? Would you be quiet? Or would you be laughing and talking and maybe even yelling? Oh, you would be much too noisy for a quiet story about the snow. But what if you went out in the snow all by yourself? Do you think you'd be quiet then? Well, let's have a story about someone like you who goes out in the snow all alone. Now, what would we need to go out in the snow? I know one thing you'd need. A snowsuit like this one to keep you warm. And you'd probably need some mittens or some gloves to put on your hands. And of course, you would have to have some boots to keep your feet dry. So let's put these things in the machine. The boots, the mittens, the snowsuit, and see if the machine will give us a quiet story about the snow. We'll turn the machine on. And the book is called The Snowy Day by Ezra Jack Keats. One winter morning, Peter woke up and looked out the window. Snow had fallen during the night. It covered everything as far as he could see. After breakfast, he put on his snowsuit and ran outside. The snow was piled up very high along the street to make a path for walking. Crunch, crunch, crunch. His feet sank into the snow. He walked with his toes pointing out, like this. He walked with his toes pointing in, like that. Making footprints as we play on a quiet, snowy day. Then he dragged his feet slowly to make tracks, and he found something sticking out of the snow that made a new track. It was a stick that was just right for smacking a snow-covered tree. Down fell the snow, plop, on top of Peter's head. He thought it would be fun to join the big boys in their snowball fight. but he knew he wasn't old enough. Not yet. So he made a smiling snowman, and he made angels. Making angels as we play on a quiet, snowy day. He pretended he was a mountain climber. He climbed up a great, big, tall, heaping mountain of snow and slid all the way down. Climb and slide down all the way on a quiet, snowy day. He picked up a handful of snow, and another, and still another. He packed it round and firm and put the snowball in his pocket for tomorrow. Then he went into his warm house. He told his mother all about his adventures while she took off his wet socks. And he thought and thought and thought about them. Before he got into bed, he looked in his pocket. His pocket was empty. The snowball wasn't there. He felt very sad. While he slept, he dreamed that the sun had melted all the snow away. But when he woke up, his dream was gone. The snow was still everywhere. New snow was falling. After breakfast, he called to his friend from across the hall, and they went out together into the deep, deep snow. All the children like to play on a quiet, snowy day. Oh, what a lovely, quiet story about snow. Let's go call Kerfumbly. She just might like this book enough to finally let me out of here. You ready? Left and right and Zachary Zoo, here's a story just for you.
Marion? Marion, where are you?
Kerfumbly, I'm behind you.
Oh, I don't see you.
Not beside you, behind you.
Oh, there you are. Oh, do you have my quiet snow story ready?
Here it is.
Oh, thank you. The snowy day. Oh. Who was the boy in this story? Peter? Did he get to go out and play in the snow? Oh, that's fun, isn't it? Did his feet make tracks in the snow? They did? Did he get in a snowball fight with someone? No? Well, why not? Oh, he was too little, yes. But did he make a snowball for himself? He did. Where did he put it? Oh, in his pocket. And then did he play with the snowball in the house? No. Why not? Oh, it melted. Well, poor Peter probably felt very sad about that. Did he get to go out and play in the snow again the next day? Oh, good. I'm so glad he did. This really does sound like a good story, doesn't it? Marion, this really is a fine, fine story. Who wrote it?
I don't have to tell you that.
If you don't, I'll turn you into a frog.
No, wait. Kerfumbly, I don't have to tell you that because you can always find out who wrote a story. Just look on the cover and find someone's name.
Oh, well, The Snowy Day, Ezra Jack Keats. Oh, is that the man who wrote this story?
It certainly is.
Oh, Ezra Jack Keats is a good writer. Oh, I wish he'd write another story about Peter.
Why, Kerfumbly, he already has. At the library, we have lots of books about Peter. In fact, if you would let me go back to the library, I could bring you some books about Peter.
Oh, well, no, I don't think you need to do that. Why, this sounds like a job for copycat.
Copycat?
Why, yes. Here, you hold the book. Watch and listen. Alakazam, Alakazat, Kerfumbly is calling you copycat. Oh, copycat, there you are. Oh, nice kitty.
And you mean Copycat can get you more books about Peter?
Oh, just watch and listen. Copycat, Copycat, let's have some fun. Bring me some more books, just like this one.
Why, it's Peter's Chair. That's the story of Peter and his new baby sister. And that's Whistle for Willie, a story about Peter's dog. And there's Pet Show, about the pet show that Peter and his friends had. Oh, and there's Goggles. Why, that was written by Ezra Jack Keats, too. That's wonderful. But Kerfumbly, Ezra Jack Keats is just one writer. I could go back to the library and get you stories by lots of other writers.
Oh, well, I don't want Marion to leave yet. What can I tell her that I don't like about that story so she won't go? What? Oh, yes, Copycat. Oh, Marion, you can't leave yet. That story isn't quite right.
Why, Kerfumbly, you said you loved the snowy day.
Oh, well, I liked almost all of it. But I didn't like the part about the snowball melting. We want a story about snow that doesn't melt.
Kerfumbly, snow always melts.
Oh, Marion, I'm sure you can find a story someplace about snow that doesn't melt. You just work on it, and I'll go get those books and take them to read to little Copycat.
Ooh, this is going to be a hard one. A story about snow that does not melt. Would you come back and help me find a story like that next time? Oh, good. I'll see you then.
Once upon a time, a witch loved stories galore, and greedy as she was, she wanted more and more. When she saw that the librarian had stories of all kinds, she said, "I'll capture you, all your stories will be mine." There took place a curious chase through meadow, tree, and flower, till at last they ended up right at the witch's tower. Now poor Marion, the librarian, a prisoner she'll stay, until the witch is happy and